Hey everyone, and welcome to 1v1 Me Bro. And as you can tell, we have an awesome guest today. We have the Call of Duty meme lord himself, the biggest news source for the CDL out there, the dude with the eyes all over the league. And we got Crone, aka CDL Intel, on 1v1 Me Bro today, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. It's Sunday where I am. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
My son's at his nana's house. I got the day to myself.
There you go.
I'm here to talk to you.
Oh, I'm excited, man. I mean, I think people are gonna be really excited to see you kind of like in the wild here, in the content side of things.
It's my debut, my content debut.
The debut, things you love to see, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So obviously for you viewers out there, if you're new to 1v1 Me Bro, it's a game show, talk show, podcast experience, and we go through and we just kind of talk about our guests and learn from him and learn the background of our guests. And we're going to have a really interesting one today. We're going to be talking about and drafting the best drama in Call of Duty history, right on brand for Mr. Crone here today with us.
Favorite.
And we're looking forward to it. So obviously around here, we start off with some icebreakers. And this is the go-to for us. This is 1v1 Me Bro. And so do you have a favorite 1v1 in either Call of Duty history, in esports history, or even in sports history that kind of comes to mind as like a highlight 1v1 for you in your fandom?
For Call of Duty in general, I think my favorite is Black Ops 4 Frequency Scump versus Celium. You know the one?
Oh yeah,
you know
at Anaheim. Yeah, at Anaheim.
That was so crazy to watch. It was amazing.
That was insane. He was like shoulder peeking like right inside the hallway and then like chowed out. And then that was crazy. I was actually at Anaheim for that one.
Were you? Wow.
Yeah. And that was so insane. I actually probably have some video. I recorded that moment because I like vlogged a little bit of that event.
Yeah.
And
the crowd reaction was crazy, man.
One of the loudest I've ever heard a venue for COD ever. Literally insane.
Reaction. Yeah, he was going off like he always does.
Yeah, it was sick. That's definitely a great one for sure. So the next question is a classic. It's the 3 people in a dinner party question. If you had to pick 3 people alive today to have at a dinner party and just kind of hang with, vibe with, talk with, get to know, celebrities, anybody, who would you choose as like the 3 people to have at your party?
Is this anyone or Call of Duty?
Literally anyone. It could be anyone.
Oh man, I would say Michael Jordan.
Love it.
My favorite basketball player.
Yeah. I know you got all those sports cards. I love seeing those posts of all that stuff, bro. That's fire.
I can't wait for the CDL ones.
Dude, you know I'm gonna go nuts on those, bro. It's gonna be bad.
Boxes on boxes.
I'm scared of them to come out, honestly.
Dude, I know. I need to start saving now. Like,
yeah, literally.
So many.
I know. I'm scared.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Michael Jordan.
MJ. I'll say Hicks.
Okay.
I think Hicks.
I love it.
Hicks is a pretty big.
And he would love He would love Jordan being there too. That's a perfect connection.
Yeah, he would exactly.
Yeah, he would. This is good. This is going well for him so far.
And number 3, I would have to probably pick a rapper of some sort. I'll go with Nas. Nas, one of my favorite rappers.
Classic right there,
I think
for sure.
Be a fire dinner.
And another one, Hex. I mean, the Hex would have a great time there. I mean, he'd be hyped to be there too.
Yeah,
that'd be just good vibes, man. I love it. So, the next one is straightforward. It's which movie have you seen the most in your life? Just most is the key here because there's always some weird answers for most.
This is a funny question because I don't actually watch movies. Like I think I've watched 3. I used to watch them when I was younger, but in the last 10 years, I've watched like 3 or 4 movies.
What?
I don't watch them at all.
Do you watch like TV or like anything else?
Nah, I don't watch TV. I don't watch YouTube.
So this is Call of Duty exclusive right here.
Yeah. Favorite movie.
Dang.
My most watched movie is probably the movie Friday. Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. I watched that probably 50 times when I was younger.
So
haven't watched it in a long time now though.
Yeah. So funny enough, I have a story with Chris Tucker because I was like blessed enough to get taken to the Super Bowl, the Falcons Patriots Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
And Chris Tucker sat literally like 1 row behind us at the Super Bowl. And I was cool. I didn't even notice it right away. I was like holding up, taking like a picture, and I'm like, wait, is that Chris Tucker like in my phone? And I was like, what in the world? And they showed him on the big screen like later. And like, luckily enough, a friend took me to the Super Bowl. I didn't have to pay for anything, which is the craziest thing. Otherwise, there's no chance I'm ever going to the Super Bowl. But which was like the craziest thing ever. And I'm a Patriots fan. The Patriots won. Like, that's a crazy comeback. So Anyway, long story short, at the end of the day, I love that answer for sure. And the last thing here is, if you had to survive on a deserted island with 3 Call of Duty pros, who would you choose to survive on the deserted island with? I mean, you're already on an island, a big island, but how about a deserted one?
I'm trying to think of some that can that know how to do a little bit more than just play video games.
Right. Crim's been a pretty common answer because he does all the gun. He does all the gun stuff.
Yeah, I think he could hunt for us.
Yeah, I like that one.
Easy answer. I think that's a pretty boring answer, but I would also pick Zuma because he's funny and I think he could keep the conversation going.
I like it. He kind of unites the group.
Yeah. So I like that one. Zuma. I'll pick Apathy. I feel like he knows how to do some things.
Yeah, he's also a fellow dad. You know, like he's got that kind of like caregiver spirit, you know? I like it. That's a great answer, man. Definitely. For sure. That's awesome, bro. Absolutely love it. So basically that can take us into our first name that segment. For you guys who are new around here, it's basically straightforward. We just have to, first off, it's a COD history moment. So you got to name the game, the event, both teams, and then describing the play as best you can from what you're hearing, and just kind of nailing the play as best you can. So
man, I'm gonna stick in this.
Hey, we'll see. You know, you could kill it. I have faith in you, brother. So with that said, we can head into our first one here, which is again the COD history moment. Let's check it out.
Looney in a 1v5 spot. He's able to pick up 2.
That's
life. Oh my God, that's now 3 in a row. Can Looney pull this off? He's able to get back to full
health.
Sir. I don't remember the event, but I remember that. I remember I posted it.
What is this from Looney?
I don't remember what event that was.
There it is.
I couldn't even guess.
Yeah, the event is the key there. Obviously, I think you know the game.
yeah, definitely.
Black Ops 4. And you got the map. Do you have any guess on what event it was?
Anaheim?
Oh my word, it was Anaheim, baby. Yes,
that wasn't a guess. That wasn't a guess.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. It was Anaheim. Do you know the team that Looney was playing, or the team that? Did you know the team that he was on?
He was playing for Splice.
Yes. Okay, you got Splice. Do you know the team that he was playing? Who was against?
Was it Enigma 6?
It was not E6, but another E team. It was Evil Geniuses who actually was playing. That was the Exotic, Attach, Apathy, JCap, and Phantoms roster. I thought it was interesting because I didn't realize that Anaheim, that was the one event where Nolson played on Splice for that event, because that was like in between Hook and Accuracy.
Yeah, that's right.
Trade there. Yeah. So that was kind of a crazy time, but you nailed that one. So you got 150 points on the board there already, which is a great start. Things you absolutely love to see. And with that said, we can head on to our video game trailer. So this is from a video game, not Call of Duty. So this is the one not Call of Duty question here. And we'll see what you can do, brother. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll rock and roll it. Let's check it out.
More, you've been spotted. Grenade.
Oh! CoDi Squad wins again.
All right, so there's part 1 and part 2. Part 1, if you guess it, you get 300 points. Part 2, if you guess it, you get 150. So do you have a guess for part 1 here?
I don't have a clue, but I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna say Siphon Filter.
That it was not that. So we'll head on to part 2 then, and see if you can guess it inside of part 2.
Check out the loot. They left Gibraltar.
Wait, is that Overwatch?
This is what legends are made of.
Alrighty, there we go. Do you have a guess?
Is it Overwatch?
Oh, dude, you were so close. It's not Overwatch. It's actually Apex Legends.
I only said Overwatch because they said Gibraltar, and it's a map on Overwatch.
Yeah, there's I could totally see them. You got the hero play there too, with all the characters talking. That was a good guess. That was a good guess.
I would have never got that. I did play that game a little bit at the start. It's a fun game.
For sure.
I want to play that again, actually. It looks like it's a fun game. And
it's been kind of coming back. They've been bringing back some heroes too and stuff. All right, with that said, we can head into our first topic here. It's kind of like talking about you and your come up in the scene, and how Crone became CDL Intel, and just kind of the whole story there. So give us the rundown. What happened, and how did CDL Intel be birthed?
I mean, if you've been following the scene since World War II, you know of a guy called CODBURNER.
Oh yeah, the old CODBURNER.
So pretty much who he was is he did what I did, but he did it on Reddit, and he was anonymous, and he did a lot more than I did. He did rosters. He did a lot of.
And he was doing this stuff in person. He was getting crazy with it.
Yeah, his stuff was actually really fun. I kind of had to go a little bit of a professional direction with mine. So
right.
But yeah, he used to put his roster leaks and any type of rumors on Reddit. And what I did was I hated going on Reddit. And I didn't go on Reddit before he existed. And I knew that and I knew that there were other people out there in the community that didn't like going on Reddit, but they wanted to know what he was saying.
Yeah, with Twitter.
And so and no one was really covering what he was saying. Like the pseudo would now and then, but there was no one else.
Yeah.
So I went on Twitter and I searched up to see if I thought it would have already been done. I thought there would already be a Twitter page.
Like some sort of Intel page. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll take one for the team and I'll do it. And every time he would post, and I would be, for me, I get, when I'm interested in something, I get like addicted to knowing everything about it.
Yeah, going all in.
Yeah, so with the COD League, I was just addicted to wanting to know everything, anything. So every time he would post, I would check Reddit, every like half an hour. So what I would do is I made a Twitter account and I put everything he said on Reddit onto Twitter.
And what was the original Twitter account called?
The original one was called CODBURNER INTEL. That was the first one.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, so it just honestly it blew up. It was like a snowball. In the first 10 days, I hit 10,000 followers.
That is that is insane.
Yeah, that's insane. Back then, I barely used Twitter. I only used it to check COD Gamepedia.
Yeah.
For the scores. And I didn't realize that 10,000 followers in such a short period of time was that crazy.
Right, like versus like YouTube or some other
I didn't even care either. Like I didn't care at all.
Yeah.
And then the page just developed after like, I think in the first year I had 50,000, and by then I had already renamed to CWL INTEL.
Yeah.
And before I had renamed to CWL INTEL, I used to post I started posting clips and like stats, and this was before EasyMac was around.
Right. The struggle.
Because he used to post on Reddit first, and then I would take it from Reddit.
That's how we got hired by originally to work with COD teams, was because of his posts on Reddit.
Yeah, my plan for the page was I wanted to put everything on that page that other pages weren't doing. Like no one was really doing stats all that much.
Yeah.
Like any type of roster rumors, no one was really doing it that much. So that was what I wanted to do, and it just blew up. In the first year I had 50K.
That is so nuts.
It's insane, man. Insane. I got to a point where I was like, at the start, I was like just trolling. I didn't care about the page.
Yeah. I
thought, when the CODBURNER was exposed, I would just throw the page away. I didn't care. But then I kind of got to like 30,000 followers, and I was like, I actually think I have something here. I think I can work with this.
Yeah.
And that's when I took it seriously, and I stopped trolling as much, and I started making things a little bit more professional as I could. But I was still a rookie. Like I was still learning everything, and I'm just a random dude on the 6 months in leaking rosters. Like,
well, that was my question. Was kind of like, how did that transition for you from like just looking at Reddit and posting what Reddit said to like kind of finding your own information and digging on your own and like working with other people to dig for information?
Because I was like the center point for roster rumors. People would just come to me and say, hey, look, I heard this was happening.
Right, this stream said this, or this guy said this on one stream. And
so I would start clipping things and posting it, and then, posting tweets that have been deleted, and people would change their bios and I'll put it up.
Yeah.
And then people just started coming to me and telling like roster moves, and I was like, oh, okay then.
Yeah. Well, that was... I mean, you even just like tracking like the bio changes was like huge even back then. Was like that was like really telling. Yeah. Then I was like, dude, this is so genius. I'm like, how did no one do this before? Like to like
that's what I mean.
Track bio changes.
Yeah, when I enjoy something, I become like addicted to it.
Yeah.
Like I want to know everything. If I can see that someone's unfollowed someone, like I want to know that.
Yeah, it's so good. I was like, oh my, I remember back then, I'm like, dude, I can't believe I didn't think about this. This is so good.
Yeah, I can't believe no one did it either. Like, it's crazy that I know.
And it was kind of like the perfect storm with like the CODBURNER and filing in those followers into you to like make that happen. But like for you to be able to do that too is like the perfect combination, the perfect storm to make it happen, which is like so cool. Cause like, the scene needed it desperately. Otherwise, we'd have been locked out of a lot of information, just kind of like at the mercy of the COD pros.
It's human nature to be nosy, and people want to know things that they're not meant to know.
Yeah,
The same
exactly.
within sports. Same within sports.
Oh yeah,
leagues.
and how many? I mean, like there's hundreds of sports reporters who are trying to dig for the information, whether it's the NBA or the Premier League or whatever it is. Like there's guys doing that 24/7, and the fact that we didn't have one was crazy. And you were like the perfect plug to make that happen in combination. So like, how did that kind of snowball for you then from like the origins of the page and to starting like doing the bio stuff to then like connecting with some of the pros and like getting even better information, like maybe a little bit closer to the source?
It was a lot of trial and error. Like
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what I was doing. Like I had been handed like all this information. I'm like, how do I put this out there? Make sure it's accurate. There was a lot of trial and error at the start to make sure that, you know, if someone told me player X was going to team Y, I would have to make sure that I had heard that from multiple people before I tweeted out.
Right. Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I never tried to. I wasn't even trying. Like I was just having fun. It was just me having fun.
Yeah, definitely.
It just turned into this.
What
It was crazy.
did like? How many times have you felt like, oh, I might be being used here by like a person, like getting fed information for like some sort of like? Has there ever been that sort of a feeling where, okay, he's telling me this information for like a reason or like anything along those lines? Where you've been like, this is kind of weird.
That does happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fine. People want to know this information, so
definitely. Because I mean, like during roster mania, like what does that feel like during roster mania when you're like, okay, this is like, how do you sort through the information? Like, what type of methods do you use to kind of sort through the information?
it's stressful. It's pretty stressful because I've got like this huge weight on my shoulders that I have to be this guy that I have to
Like
provide
accurate.
the community. Yeah, I have to be accurate. So there's a lot of things that I hear that I don't say. That sometimes it happens. A lot of times it doesn't happen. But I have people that I trust that I can go to. A lot of people are okay with me asking and they'll answer, but they won't come with me and just tell me out of the blue.
That makes sense.
So it's up to me to figure out what's going on.
Right.
And then that's when I go out and I ask some people, do you know what's happening here?
Yeah, because generally teams are willing to talk about other teams. They're not willing to talk about their own, I'd imagine, usually. And then you probably have to like triple source it with other opinions from other teams that are hearing the same thing and like
there's always clues out there. Like once I hear something, the first thing I do is I go on their Twitter and I see if they're losing full or they're posting gifs about
posting a gift of down bad or whatever it is.
Yeah. People are built different, you know.
Yeah.
And then the first thing
sense.
I do if I hear someone that's I probably shouldn't give away my tips to be honest, but
fair.
The first thing I do if someone tells me a roster move is I go and check who followed that person, just in case someone from the org followed it, who he followed, and that's the first thing I do. And then there's clues everywhere.
And you're starting to cross check information over and over. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Do you have like a doc that you use to like cross check? Is this like a board situation like in the movies where you're like pins with?
No, it's I just do it all in my head.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If it's on the off season, I'll have like a notepad on my phone, but that's it. Everything's just done in my head.
I love that, bro. I love that. I mean,
it does get stressful though because I'm at my job during the day, so I'm trying to like do my job, read all these DMs,
right,
and figure everything out. It does get stressful.
I mean, yeah, for the people out there, like for the people out there, you're not only working full time, you're not only a dad, but you're also doing CDL Intel. This, like, bro, everyone, this dude is out here working for you guys out here, man. He's putting in the hours.
It's a 24-hour job, man. The second I wake up to
there's no lie to 24/7 Intel here. It's
you
really
have to update the Twitter timeline every 2 minutes minimum.
Yeah.
If you don't, you miss something.
I mean, literally. I mean, because you're like from New Zealand, like the time thing is like it literally feels like from my perspective that you never sleep. Like
sometimes it feels like
because of the time hours or whatever it is. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I love that. I mean, where do you see kind of CDL Intel going from here? Like, what do you hope for the future of CDL Intel and the account and like and like obviously you're partnered with Esports to do that type of stuff with them too. Yeah. And what are you hoping to do moving forward?
The two things I'm looking at the moment is one to get verified, which is actually pretty hard. I got declined.
Bro, Twitter, what's happening here, man?
Yeah. I think my issue is I have Call of Duty in my handle, which I don't own that. So I think maybe I changed the name to maybe I have at Intel CDL. Maybe I change it to that sometime
like
later
that.
in the year.
Yeah,
Because I don't think they own the abbreviation CDL.
and that makes sense.
Yeah, so get verified. I feel like I probably deserve it, but I mean, like I said, I
I
have Call of
agree.
Duty on my name, so it's probably hard.
Well, if I could vouch for y'all, I'll give you the vouch for sure. So I
Someone
love that.
vouch for me,
So
please.
first of all, we need to get CDL Intel verified. That's step one.
Yeah. And the second thing would be probably to turn this into like a full-time job, because at the moment it's not.
Yes.
And there's a lot more things that I can do to turn it into a full-time job,
right.
but you know, I just don't have time.
I
You know,
know.
I could have a YouTube channel, I could stream,
yeah.
I could do a lot of things.
People out there, imagine what he can do on a full time.
That's what I'm saying.
This would be
Imagine.
some damage. I mean, I can't imagine the things
I'm
that
at
you would
work
do.
9 hours a day. Imagine if I wasn't at work.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be insane. So,
that would be crazy.
I mean, if you guys really want the access and really want the information, let's get this guy to a full-time salary here, because this thing's gonna go
I'll send
nuts.
you my PayPal. Donate me some money.
Right, 100%, bro. I love it, bro. I love it. So I'm excited to see what CDL Intel can do moving forward. It's gonna be a good time for sure, but I think we can also move forward into like kind of our next segment here of Name That, which is a gun, a COD personality, and a COD moment. So without further ado, let's check out that first COD gun. Let's go. All right, it was really short, but did you catch anything from there?
Is that a STG?
That is the STG. What game?
I knew it. World War II. World War II.
Yes, sir. That is the STG from World War II. And bro, that was part one. So you raked in the 150 points. Easy dubs right there.
Easy,
Things you
easy.
love to see. So that gets you up to 300, and you are right there in range with a chance here at some big time points. So the next thing is a COD personality, and I'm very interested to see if you can nail this one in the first go. This is also split into two parts. So again, part one is, this one's worth 300 points if you can get inside of part one, a little bit shorter of a clip, and you got a little bit longer part two. So let's check it out. Let's go.
Rumbles out, makes the pad a bit lighter and whatnot. It's a bit cleaner to play with. So we're going to be kicking off with the 74U.
Man, I don't have a clue who that is.
Do you have a guess?
Oh man, I'll say Josh. I don't know.
It's not Josh. It's not Josh. There will be a little bit of a hint here, I think, in the second part of the clip. So hopefully it'll give you a little bit better idea. So let's head into part two. Let's check it out.
Personally, I'm more of an AR player, so in respawns, I'm not really using this gun. But when it comes to S&D, rushes, and some breakoffs and stuff in respawns, I'm running an SMG. So we're kicking off with the 74U. I'm going with the Spetsnaz compensator as the muzzle. I'm either switching.
How do I have a clue, man?
The hint in there was that it's an AR. So that does
Yeah.
give you a little bit of a hint.
Dave?
It's not Dave. It's not Dave.
no
It
clue.
is Cammy right there. So
Cammy.
yeah,
Oh my
it's
God, my
rocking with
bad,
Cammy, man. Hey, it's all
My
good.
bad.
It's
I don't
all
watch
good.
enough content this year to even know his voice.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they're always just frying out there. Who knows? You know, I mean, that's the same thing.
Man, he's an absolute animal this year.
He is an
an
animal.
animal.
That is facts.
The crazy thing about the EU guys is there's so many Cammys and Kleenexes just sitting in challenges in EU right now.
Dude,
Just
it's
sitting there.
insane.
There's probably like 5 to 10 of them, just maybe not 10, but there's
Yeah.
a lot of those dudes like Cammy and Kleenex.
There's
and then
100%
so-
at least 5 guys. I mean, not to mention all the Aussie guys like
Dude,
who got
exactly. There's-
screwed out of the CDL because of the format
Yeah.
right now, which just sucks just for them.
And COVID screwed them over. Like I think a
yeah.
few of those European dudes and maybe even an APEC dude would have been picked up.
Yeah,
If
I
it wasn't
agree.
for
I
COVID.
mean like those like the Mind Freak teams, they competed with the pro guys all for years, and then COVID sends them out of the league, which really sucks. So with that said, we can head into our final COD moment here. We'll play the whole thing through, and then again, you just got to name the game, the event, the teams of players, and the play as close as you can here. This one's gonna be a little bit tougher. I'll be interested to see if you can get this one. Let's check it out.
If the rumors are true, if the prophecy's correct, this could be it. Octane making his way in. 4 kills in a row. 1 cap to his name now, and that's the 4th in the bag, which is sorely needed in this comp. They've taken care of Splice. Now they've got Optic. That's 2 pretty powerful names in the black book. And this looks to be the end. Optic Gaming now, they've gone out in 3-0 to Luminosity, your CWL Birmingham champions, and Nothing hurts more.
Does something ring a bell here?
No, not really. Obviously it was Optic, right?
Yeah, Optic was playing. Yeah. Do you know who they're playing against?
Was it the Evil Genius match?
It was not the Evil Genius match. You did hear the name Octane in there, if that helps you at all.
Oh, well, it would have been Luminosity, right?
There you go. It was Luminosity. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was when he was on Optic.
So, do you know what game that was?
World War II.
It was World War II?
Yeah.
And then, can you figure out what the meaning of this was, or what the event was?
I wouldn't have a clue on the meaning. The event, I'll guess New Orleans. Do we even have New Orleans that year?
Yeah, there was New Orleans that year. I was actually there.
I'll guess that.
It was not New Orleans though. So you got 100 points because you got the game and you got the teams that were playing in it. But the meaning of this match was that this was the last match of the Optic Dynasty. This was CWL Seattle, and LG knocked them out of the tournament, eliminated Optic, and the Dynasty broke up, which was, of course, a crazy moment of news there at that point with World War II and getting insane.
I was a huge Optic fan back then, so I probably removed that from my memory. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That was the thing, is that it was like really, really late at night because I was reffing with MLG that time. And I think during that match, I was reffing FaZe playing one of the open bracket matches, like one of the open bracket teams in group play. And like Optic, there's a big old crowd of sad Optic fans watching Optic get 3-0'd by LG over there on the other side. At one of the feature stations, so it wasn't even on the main stage. And so like, it was like a weird thing. I had to go deep diving for that clip. I was like, ooh, I want to show Optic's last match. And I had to go find it. And it was like on like the Delta stream of CWL Seattle's Twitch on the Twitch channel. So I was really diving for that one. But
Delta stream would have had like 50,000 views for the first time.
Yeah, literally. But you got yourself 400 points, which gets you right there.
I'll take it.
You were only 50 points back. You're just behind Shady Nero and Easy Mac. It was so close.
I'll take that.
But yeah, for sure, you put it on a good performance for sure, which is things you love to see. So that sends us in to our drafting the best drama news of all time draft here. So I have no idea how this is going to go. Since you're the guest, would you rather have the first pick or then the second and third pick? We'll do kind of like a snake draft, I guess.
No, you go first because I don't really. I'm totally freestyling.
Alrighty, I like it. I like it. So
hopefully I get some ideas off your one.
I got the 101, which I'm gonna take the easy one. The thing that started your career. I'm gonna draft the CODBURNER as my 101 because I feel like that drama was just so insane. Like, just the whole like Sensor ended up doing a skit of him wearing like the whole coat and the whole thing, funny. And Zuma was doing all of the streams of like figuring out who the CODBURNER was. Just the whole drama of all that. And like the pictures of like, is this the CODBURNER? Like, how did he get that picture? Who took that picture? And anyway, the CODBURNER situation was incredible. I'll take that as kind of my 101 here. I'm pretty excited about that pick.
One now, right?
Yeah, so you get the second and the third pick here.
All right. Man, I don't know what the hell can beat that because I feel like for me that's at the top because that's how I made my career basically.
Yeah.
I'll go with John being banned.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. John being, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll even know the truth. You know, I've heard things, but
that's a really good one. Yeah, that's a really, really good one. Because I mean, that drama was going crazy for the time. I was like, yo, what happened to John? Like, and then all the fans were like asking every pro, like, what's happening? What's happening? They're all saying nothing. And then John ends up getting banned. And you're like, what in the world?
I mean, nothing was ever confirmed that he was banned. He just didn't play.
Which is crazy. And now he's back. Look at that.
Yeah, he's back.
You know, so he's really timely as well. So I like that one a lot. So, okay, that's your first pick. Do you have a second one?
I'll go for a funny one.
All right, I like it.
I'll go with when Parasite DM'd.
No, I was really hoping that one would fall to me.
When Parasite DM'd his teammate.
Zap, right?
Yeah, Zaptius' girlfriend
during the match.
A cup? Was it a cup?
I think so. Yeah, like mid-tournament DM.
And Modern Warfare.
Oh my, nah, dude, I had that. I was between those two for my 101. I really wanted one of those. Because those are just
those are
some
my first
legendary recently ones. That's a really good pick. I mean, that is going to be tough to beat.
It's a banger. That's
an absolute banger right there. So, all right. So now I have the next two picks here. So one, I think I'm going to take a legendary one here, kind of one that was just always just talked. It's highlighted in COD history. I'm going to take Aches pushing nade shot at MLG Columbus and kind of the whole fallout of the Aches v nade shot drama back in the day. So I'll take Aches v nade shot and the push in quotes.
That's a good one.
So that's kind of one of the legendary ones there. Man. Oh, I know which one I'm taking. So this one, I am taking Blast v Sensor and the jet skis. I'm taking Blast v Sensor and the jet skis as my third pick.
So that's okay.
And that was obviously like the whole like Blast and was that Bruce kind of like talking about Doug, and then
who was their fourth?
Who was their fourth?
Blast,
Sensor and someone.
Was it Study or Ricky or both?
Oh, it could have been both of them at times. That's very possible. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, then that whole roster and like Sensor like left to go to Europe or something and was like doing the jet skis in Florida. I don't know. That was a crazy thing, and that was some comedy.
Was so
and we
funny.
still
that
get
meme
great.
Is still going strong.
We still get good memes from it.
About it.
Yeah, yeah, literally. So just because of the memes, that one is just legendary, and I'm definitely a big fan of that one. So I like my pick so far. What do you got? So you got a fourth pick here, or a third and a fourth pick here?
I've got a counter for Sensor.
Okay.
It's the time. This is an underrated moment where I think it doesn't get talked about enough.
I'm really excited.
When Sensor wore a wire and spoke to Nameless.
No, I have that one lit down, dude. Yes, the Sensor wearing a right. So he was trying to prove Nameless was like shelling GBs,
cheating
with fake accounts, right?
Points or something, or someone playing them for him or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Somebody was playing, supposedly was playing Nameless's GBs for him.
Yeah, Sensor wore a wire to the bar and tried to get Nameless to admit to it. The way the story was told was that Nameless was like right in his face, like trying to get the wire in his face. Like, what'd you say? I didn't say it louder. That's hilarious. I love Sensor, man. He's so funny.
I do too, man. I do too. I mean, like when he thinks something, he goes in full sends for it, and I appreciate that about him.
You have to respect
Sensor wire, because again,
passion is undermatched.
Oh yeah, I'm writing these down because we're gonna have a poll at some point, and we're gonna see who wins the drama poll. But that's a great one, bro. That is such a good one. I'm really jealous you got that one because that is legendary.
So I need another one, right?
Yeah.
I have one in the back of my mind, but I don't think it's good, so I'll try to think of another one.
All right.
Man, I feel bad for these two players because I feel like we're picking them out. But
yeah,
when Parasite was, I wasn't around the scene back then, but I saw the articles. But when Parasite was like dating a porno star or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Or they were friends or something, and
they like followed each other, and then like there was like the whole meme about Parasite. Who was that?
She was in the background of his stream one time. Of his stream. I can't remember the full details. Obviously, I wasn't in the scene back then.
That was a comedy one for sure. When was that? That was like
that was
like Ghosts.
I tried to find the pseudo articles, but they all been deleted, so I must have been a long time ago.
I love that one. That's a really, I like that, a deep dive. That's really, really good.
Yeah, that's a deep one.
World War II had a lot of drama. I was like thinking back on this. I'm like, it was a crazy year of drama. And I'm going to go with JCap v Clayster in World War II on E United because like Clay blocked JCap like mid-event on Twitter, and they were going back and forth at each other.
Yeah, I think CODBURNER leaked some of their drama or some of the details.
Yeah, I think that was some of the CODBURNER stuff. And so I'm going to go JCap v Clayster and blocking his own teammate on Twitter. So that's kind of what I'll go with there as a pick.
That's a good one. I totally forgot about that.
And then I'll go simple. I'll go Scump v Crim6 beginning of Modern Warfare, kind of heading into that year, and just kind of like the whole drama of them beefing heading into the kickoff event. So I'll go Scump v Crim, and you will never forget type drama right there.
Sometimes I wonder if there was like a serious beef or not, because I feel like they were joking around a little bit too. You can never tell Crim is such a, you cannot tell if he's been serious or not. Ever, because like never.
And like it'll only come through like once he's actually on stream, and then maybe you can tell. Like on Twitter, you never know. Like he might be so pissed, or he might not be pissed at all.
Yeah, I'm posting things where I don't even know if this guy's being serious. Like I'll post it anyway.
Yeah, literally. What's the
It's
player?
hilarious.
What's the player? Do you feel is he the player that's toughest to like decipher? Is there a player that's like, wow, this guy's really tough to decipher?
Yeah, probably him or Attach trolls a lot too.
Mm.
He trolls a lot on stream.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause,
he's a serious troll though. Like he makes it seem like
Because
he's
there's a
being
certain
serious.
guys that are like Octane, like a troller who like trolls all the time.
Yeah, like
but,
you know when he's trolling.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
methods, obviously, or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one for sure. So those are my 2 picks. So what do you got next? You got 2 picks now too.
I'm gonna go with something recent, and it's a
Ooh.
pretty big one. I'm gonna go
Oh.
with the Hook drama.
Oh, that's really
Everything Hook this
good.
year.
That's really
Hook
good.
getting ditched by Empire, then
Yeah.
being benched on Thieves for
I mean that drama's not
not
done
doing his
yet.
test. Yeah, it's still current. It's
Krim's
still
gonna
going.
drop that video at some point. He was like,
Yeah.
is this happening? Which is honestly
Yeah.
juicy in itself. That is a really juicy drop. That's a really, really
Yeah,
good one. I
it's-
like that one
it's
a
still
lot.
current too. It's still going.
Yeah,
the
I
chat's
like
still
that one.
open.
That's an elite one right there.
I got one more.
Yeah.
Try to think of a funny one. Oh, I got one. Oh, no,
Okay.
actually, I can't do that because it's the 3rd time I picked Parasite.
I mean, at this point, why not though?
I'll try to think of another one. If I can't, I'll
Okay.
pick it. I'm just going to go with the Parasite one.
Okay.
The one where the classic copy and paste to exotic. What was
The- The Parasite exotic copy
Oh,
pasta?
you're no friend to me? You're no friend to me? Yeah. You're no friend of mine or something like that. It was
Yeah.
actually hilarious. I don't
Yeah.
know why I'm forgetting it because I've used it.
Yes, that's a
plenty of
really
times.
good one. That's a really good one. You're no friend of
Yeah.
like you're no true friend type copy pasta. I'm gonna go get that
Yeah.
and then probably put it on screen or something because that's a really,
Yeah.
really good one for
It's a
sure.
classic.
So
classic.
I think we each have what 2 picks left, and we'll have our teams filled out here.
Yeah.
And
So I got one more.
you got one more, right?
I'm gonna go with Mutex on
Oh, that's a good one. The
when he said,
Mutex.
what did he say? What was his quote for the "You'll never win a search and destroy. You'll never win without me" or something?
No, yeah, that's a really, really good pick, and that was a like I think kind of a sleeper pick too. I really like that one. I've got the final 2 picks of the draft here to kind of round out my squad, and I think I think the Optic V Infinite, Hex V Infinite is probably one that has to get picked because that's a
that's
pretty
definitely
dang good
one pick,
one.
man.
That's a pretty good one. Hex versus Infinite or like Optic J too, kind of thrown in there.
Yeah. That was a classic.
As a whole, like drama was just really, really, really good. And then I have 2 more on my list. One's Optic. Actually, I have 3 more on my list. One's Optic, and then one's sensor related, and then the one's kind of Crim related. So I'm very tempted to go Scump v Nade Shot and do the whole Scump leaving Optic. But like that wasn't like as much drama-y as it was like he just left because they sucked. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go that one. The one I'm gonna go with, because this is just this is like this is the definition of drama right here, is Sensor's dad versus NYSL.
Oh man, that was one of my favorites from that year. That was
Yes.
hilarious.
Yeah, so I'm
I
gonna go
love that one
Sensor's
so
dad
much. I
versus
totally forgot about
NYSL. And
He
I
called them all out on
Instagram.
Man,
That was
that
a
was so funny.
high quality one. The only other one that I had on my list was Classic versus Crim, like the Rampart Blacklist drama of
That is a good
BO4,
one too. That's
because
good.
they were like pissed during that time.
Yeah.
And that one was the other one that I thought was very much worthy of being drafted was JCap v Thorin. That would have been a really, really good.
Oh
just
man,
for
that
this
was good. That was
recently.
recent too.
That was really
real
recent. That would have been a really good one to get
I was
drafted
really,
as well.
I was really like confused about that. It was such a confusing.
Out of
argument.
absolutely nowhere either. So yeah, insane. So I'll throw that poll up on Twitter here maybe a day or so after it comes out, so you guys can vote on who has the best team of drama as a whole with the 7. And yeah, it's been a blast, man. This has been an absolute blast on 1v1 me, bro, man. Your kind of content debut, and hopefully a lot more to come. And maybe in the future as well, you know, I'd love to do some more. Maybe some big time news come on and drop the
My
news
DMs
yourself
always
in
open,
person.
man. Always open.
Let's go. So this is the time of the episode when I drop roll the red carpet out for you and just plug anything and everything. Obviously, CDL on Twitter, at CDL Intel on Twitter. What do you got going on?
Everything, computer, Call of Duty, rumors, rosters, drama, anything, scores, KDs.
Yes, sir.
Anything.
I love it. I've been loving the
visit.
challenger stuff and the scoreboards after matches as well, and like some of the roster
Yeah.
moves and
The challenger stuff is hard, man. That's hard
yeah,
to.
it's really tough. Especially
hard.
with you, bro. I'm sure right now with just work and keeping up with the constant.
Yeah.
I mean, CDL, the challengers is a complete 24/7 job in itself to keep up with at the end of the
is.
day too. It's
It
insane.
is.
But man, this has been a blast. Obviously, for all you viewers out there, Like, comment, subscribe, go follow CDL Intel, obviously. I'm sure you guys already are at this point. I mean, who isn't? You know, you all have been following. Shout outs, baby, shout outs. And it's been an absolute blast. So like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you guys really enjoyed it. But as always, I'm your boy SalvationsElite, and guys, we will see you next time. We out.